Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are here with a trailer reaction, and that is for the official trailer for Season 2 of The Last of Us. For those of you who are unaware, I watched all of Season 1 of The Last of Us on the channel already, and I cried my eyes out the entire time. It was incredible. I freaking loved it. Almost as good as the game, in my opinion. The first and second game are two of my favorite games of all time. I consider them both masterpieces in their own regard. And this second season is going to be based off of at least part of the second game. A game which for many people is very controversial. I think the wrong sort of people don't like the second game. The bad side of the internet doesn't like the second game. And unfortunately, a lot of the hate for the second game started before the second game even came out due to some leaks of different plot details, which ended up being true, but people started out determined to hate that game, even though it is an incredibly brilliant, bittersweet game about the cycle of violence and what it means to step away from that cycle, and how it can heal us, how we can, come out as broken individuals if we continue down that cycle, and how our actions affect those around us and even people we don't know. And it's just like, it's so good. It's such a brilliant game. But yeah, Season 2 is at least going to be based on, I think, maybe the first half of that game. And then I imagine Season 3 will be the second half of that game. And I am already scared of what we're going to witness at the end of Episode 1. It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be just brutal. I'm going to be so sad. But it's got to happen, We're obviously going to be getting the introduction of characters like Abby in this second season, played by Caitlin Dever. I think it's Dever. She was actually my number 2 choice to play Ellie when they initially cast them back in the day. Number 1 choice was Kaylee Spaney. She's in Alien Romulus, I believe. But I thought she was the number 1 choice, but Caitlin Dever was my number 2 choice. Bella Ramsey was my 3rd choice, but I thought they did great in Season 1. I'm a little more cautiously optimistic about Season 2, just because visually they haven't grown up at all, and Ellie's supposed to be 5 years older at this point. But I am willing to hold out hope, and I am willing to allow their performance to bring me into the show and ingratiate me in that older Ellie. There's a lot of things I'm curious about, but I think I'm going to save all that for after the trailer, because I'm just too excited to jump into it now. So, before we do this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, and it helps my videos get seen more in the algorithm in general. If you're new here, hit subscribe or ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to Season 2 of The Last of Us. And then again, if you're interested in watching my reactions to Season 1, I'll link those in the description down below. And then if you're interested in seeing full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, including The Last of Us, consider checking out my Patreon. That is also linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into the official trailer for Season 2 of The Last of Us.
You okay?
She looks a little bit older.
Yeah.
Oh, this is on the way to the zoo. Oh no. Already breaking my heart.
What's that?
The fence.
What's inside?
Oh no, Tina!
What's outside?
The Seraphites. The WLF. Abby. Oh, that scene. That's gonna be Episode 1. Hey, yo! I don't remember that happening. The whistling from the Seraphites is so scary. Hey. Oh.
There's a very good chance you'll
The tattoo.
You're gonna lose.
I love that he's playing the same guy as he did in the game.
Don't you know what he did? You swore.
Yeah. He lied. Oh God, I'm just so scared. I'm gonna watch that again. I'm watching that one more time.
You okay?
God, the whole museum zoo sequence is gonna break my heart in half. It's just so sad.
This is where we live. And what's that?
The fence.
Is
What's
that
inside?
oh, is that Tommy's kid?
People.
And the dance with Dina.
What's outside?
Monsters. Wonder if they're gonna show us Abby getting hung.
Monsters.
This is crazy. If they like reworked maybe that whole opening thing. You know what I mean? Before we go golfing.
By the time the sun
Jesse,
comes
I
up
love
tomorrow,
Jesse's actor. He was in Beef and he was really good.
There's a very good
I
chance
low-key
you'll
want to
be
get
dead.
that tattoo.
You're gonna lose.
Isaac, he's so good. Their spores are going to be in this season. Interesting change from season 1. The underground, where she reveals
Don't you know
that
what he
she's
did?
immune. Tati Gabrielle, she's going to be in their new game.
You swore.
This scene, I think this scene takes place maybe roughly halfway through the game, or maybe towards the end of the game. I don't remember. I think that was actually towards the end of the game. If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Oh man, the core theme of the freaking show. This is gonna be so interesting, and it's gonna ruin me emotionally. I already know, because just even just seeing like if you played if you haven't played the game, there's probably a whole lot of scenes in this trailer that you're like, that looks interesting. I wonder what that's about. And if you played the game, you're like, oh no, like this is gonna cause therapy. Like, this is not good. Like, oh man, like the quality is gonna be amazing, but like my emotional well-being is gonna be it's gonna be a crater in the earth. It's not gonna be good. I imagine they'll switch some stuff up, obviously, like they did with season 1 with like the Bill and Frank episode. It wouldn't shock me if they, focused an episode or 2 on some things that they didn't touch on as much in the game. Maybe the Seraphites and their religion. Maybe we spend a bit more time with Abby and her group. I don't know. It looks like they're reworking or maybe adding an assault on the town, possibly. Because, yeah, the whole sequence where, like, there's explosions happening, there's zombies rushing towards the wall, that didn't happen in the game. But maybe they're putting that in place of the event that happens to Tommy and Joel when they're out patrolling. That, maybe they're substituting that. I don't know. But we got Seraphites, we got Abby's group, we got the WLF with Isaac, we got, what else did we get? We got Spores with the subway scene. We got Jesse. We got freaking everything. We got the museum, and on the way to the zoo. I'm so glad they didn't cut that. That is one of the most beautiful scenes in the game. I am curious how they're gonna like go about telling the events of the show or of the game, like how it's like chronologically gonna happen, because the second game is so interesting because you don't know everything initially, and a lot of what you learn is told via flashbacks. And then about halfway through the game, you get a 3-day flashback, and you control a different character than you controlled in the first half of the game. And so I'm just really curious how they're gonna show things, because certain scenes happen via flashback like much later in the game, and so I'm really curious like how they're gonna go about that. I'm glad that we're gonna be getting plenty of Joel. People were concerned, after he signed on to do all these other projects like the Mandalorian and Grogu, Fantastic Four, probably another major franchise that he's a part of, but it looks like we're gonna get plenty of him. Potentially gonna see him go golfing, which is something. I wonder how much we'll see of Abby and her group. Caitlin Dever is playing Abby. Interestingly enough, she was my second choice for Ellie, and she's also not like bulked up, which is like a creative choice that they made, because they're like, her physical size doesn't play as big a part in the show as it did in the game. In the game, she's like 6'3", and she's just yoked out of her mind. Like she's so jacked, and her muscles, like she has those muscles for a reason. She has a very specific purpose for those muscles, and it's very interesting. But we didn't see Lev in this trailer. Or Lev's sister. What the frick? I want to see them. But no, yeah, there's so much in the trailer that I'm trying to like talk around it for people that haven't played the second game. Obviously, I'm trying to give my opinion and analysis as much as I can for those that have played the game and know what I'm talking about. But I also don't want to share too much for people that haven't played the game. I want to somewhat be a non-spoiler area for those individuals. But who knows? Ooh, one thing that I did notice on the second watch through of the trailer is, I think that kid that Joel is talking to about like who's on the outside, I think that might be Tommy's kid, which is an interesting twist, because Tommy's kid wasn't in the game, which that's going to make some decisions Tommy makes a lot more complicated and interesting in the third season. That's very curious. I'm really interested in seeing what goes on there. Isabella Marquez playing Dina. I think that's a solid choice. She looks great. I'm already pumped for the music. Just gonna rip my soul out. If they play Pearl Jam during this show, I'm probably gonna cry. I know they're gonna play Take on Me. I know that's gonna be in it because the last trailer had that little snippet in there. That is one of the best scenes in the game, when they find a music store. Yeah, I don't know. I keep talking, and I'm just so stoked. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't spoil anything in those comments for people that haven't played the game yet. If you can, talk around certain things. But definitely leave your thoughts down below. I'm really curious what you guys think. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, and it helps my video get seen more in the algorithm. If you're new here, or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you're interested in seeing full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, including The Last of Us, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. That is linked in the description down below, and your support would mean the world. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.